Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Beckham. This MP4 video has been recorded at full HD resolution. Color balance is one of the most important parts of image editing, and I'd like to spend just a couple of minutes here showing how quick and easy it is to set it up. When we shoot RAW files, it really doesn't matter what we set the camera to, because we can change the color balance when we open up the image in Camera Raw or Lightroom. It's not unusual to see a slight blue cast like this when we look at images shot in the golden hour, as this one was, or under cloudy conditions. But as I said a few moments ago, if we shoot RAW files, it really doesn't matter what we set on the camera, because we can change the color balance later. We have a series of white balance options here which you'll recognize from your camera, and you can certainly try these. So although this was taken in daylight, we could say, well, it's late in the day, it's cloudy, let's try cloudy, and it doesn't make a great deal of difference. So here's the way to set your color balance. We can do so by moving the temperature and the tint, because that's what we're about to do here. But of course there's 1,000,001 different options here, so how do we get it right? Well, if we go up to the top left of the screen, we have a white balance tool. There it is, a little eyedropper. All I'm going to do here is to look at a neutral tone. I'm going to look for a light tone, but one that's not completely burnt out. So a good option will be where the water is breaking, and we know the water should be much whiter than it currently is. So I'm just going to pick one of these places and click, and there's the color balance set. It really is as simple as that. If you're a Lightroom user, well, here we are in the library module. There's the same image we looked at in Adobe Camera Raw. If we go to the Develop module here, we need to select exactly the same tool that we selected in Adobe Camera Raw. So I need to go to my Basic tab here and open that up. There it is, with the white balance selector. I can click in the same place as I did before, but let's just pick somewhere else, somewhere down here. And there we have it, set instantly. As you can see here, I've just come back into Adobe Camera Raw, one of my favorite places of work. I'm just going to reset the settings I changed a few moments ago. I'm going to touch the Alt key, and you'll notice the cancel button down at the bottom of the screen changes to a reset. So I'm just going to click that. Take a look at the temperature and tint here. Here you can see it as it is for the picture as we can see it here. But with my eyedropper tool, if I go to another area, it doesn't matter where I click, somewhere down here perhaps, watch the temperature and the tint sliders as I click. They change considerably. Well, we can either accept the color balance we can see, and that looks much closer to what I remember on the day, or we can use this setting as a sort of preset. We can start from there. So if we prefer to have a cooler look in our images, we can drop down the warm tones. If we feel it's better reflected with a warmer image, then we can crank the temperature up. So coming back here again to the original image, it should be one of the first things we think of, especially when we see the image looking as blue as this. So up to the white balance, click somewhere appropriate. If it doesn't work first time, or you click into the wrong place, it doesn't matter. Just click around until you get a color balance that you think you can either accept or work from. And of course, once we've reached that point, then we can start to do the creative work with the rest of the sliders. And here that may mean some clarity, may mean some vibrance, may even mean some blacks. Certainly it's going to need some work in the sky, maybe a graduated filter, but it doesn't take too long before we start to see something emerge from that basic raw file, but at least the color balance is about right. Now I've just opened up the untouched raw file into Photoshop, and what I'm about to do is not strictly fair, but I'm going to compare this with the image I completed, where I first started with the color balance. There's the completed image. There's the one I started with. There's another message here really, that when we look at our raw thumbnails, we have to sort of teach ourselves to look past what we see in that thumbnail to what the picture is actually hiding, and it's hiding all of those tones there. Thank you for watching, and I hope the video was helpful in some way. Don't forget, we do produce a monthly newsletter that contains at least one video on a photographic subject, so come along to our website, drop us an email, and we'll place you on the list. We also have a dedicated photo and audiovisual forum at www.beckhamforum.com.au. Why not come along and join us?